What's he gonna do? Do I want to see this? Do I? Oh no, no, I don't. Oh no, no, no. Oh my God. Oh, 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 oh. Oh Jesus. See this? Hi darlings, welcome to Old Lady Reacts. I'm the old lady, otherwise known as Michelle. I'm a huge movie buff, and this is my channel where I react to mostly action and superhero movies that I've never seen before somehow, but also other stuff that looks interesting or new. I started this channel because I wanted to understand all of the inside jokes in WandaVision, and here we are over a year later still watching. I have no idea if I've seen Terminator or not. I think I have, but it would have been when it first came out, like when I was in high school. So, given that my channel is called Old Lady Reacts, you can probably surmise how long that would have been. I have no memory of it at all. Of course, I know the I'll be back line. I assume that's from this one and not the second one. But that's such a part of this cultural zeitgeist that it's hard to know if I just know it by osmosis or from actually experiencing it in the movie itself. So this came out in 1984. It's a James Cameron film, so it'll be interesting, I think, to compare it to the more recent films of his that I know, like Titanic, which I kind of liked, and Avatar, which I actively hated. Sorry. The original one. I haven't suffered through the new one yet because it's not on streaming so far. Yeah, but this is a 100% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I think this might be the first movie on the channel that actually has that. The audience score is only 89%, but 100% in either category is very rare. So I'm curious if I'm going to agree with that rating or not. So before we get started, please subscribe so you can see all of my reactions, and then check out my Patreon if you're interested in participating in polls, having early access to videos, and watching full-length reactions. Pop over there and become a patron to support my channel, and I can keep doing this, and we can keep having movie time together. That would be lovely. All right, let's dive into Terminator. Los Angeles 2029. That's not that many years from now. Human skulls, like laying on the ground. Okay. It is kind of funny how movies don't have this long of an intro anymore. They don't have, there's not a ton of opening credits anymore. Pretty cool music. Okay. Hello, Arnold Schwarzenegger's body.
Hey, my turn.
Is that the guy plays the brother, the middle one at the Blue Spikes plays? I think he plays the older brother in Weird Science.
Nice night for a walk, eh?
And you're gonna die. Okay, that escalated quickly. Not so tough are you now, punk? Puppy. Oh, another one? Men just falling naked out of the sky. I wonder why they don't have any clothes when they, other than to like be interesting, an interesting part of the story. Like, is there an explanation for that? It's a little beat up there. Nice sneakers. Wonder how long it took them to decide which pair they were going to put in there. To steal the cop car? Oh, just the gun. Okay, right. Wow. Guess they should have locked our car. Thank you for demonstrating that that's Sarah Connor. Oh, he found some nice boots. Or those are the boots for the guy that the guy said. I feel like maybe they wouldn't have the same size feet, but that's all right. I can go with it. And he just sits down on the glass. Okay.
Anything else?
Phased plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
Hey, just what you see, pal.
Yeah, plasma rifle? Somehow I doubt it.
You know your weapons, buddy. Any one of these is ideal for home defense.
Yeah, because I'm sure that's what he's going to use them for.
There's a 15-day wait on handguns, but the rifles you can take right now.
Yeah, he's just going to
You can't do that.
take them right now.
Wrong.
We're not going to be waiting. Back when you could just so easily find someone just by looking in the phone book. Oh, an interesting way to transition back. Oh, is it destroyed? Oh, not the little plane guy. Okay. Yeah, so we haven't really like figured out what's going on in this world. I mean, we kind of do, but I'm getting the gist of it. That's the something's coming music. Oh, him. Okay. So, is he the good guy and the other guy's the bad guy? I'm assuming.
Lieutenant, are you aware that these two killings occurred in the same order as their listings in the phone book?
Now, what can I tell you?
She just happens to be the last listing? Okay.
So talk to him, and this is that, or Sarah will get back to you.
Do you have headphones on while you're having sex? You could just have like the radio on. Or is she not in the phone book? I suppose maybe if she rents from her friend, there would be her friend's name in there. Don't be eyeballing her, boy. Yeah, no. Go on. Shoo. We don't have time to deal with you right now. Well, qualified as cool back then, man. I don't know. That hair.
You've reached the Los Angeles Police Department emergency number. All our lines are busy. If you need a police car sent out to you, please stay on the line.
Not helpful. It's funny because, like, we're half an hour in, and we don't really know what's going on, but we kind of get the gist of it. There's been very little exposition other than like that placard in the beginning. Oh, the fridge opens the wrong way. That's annoying as hell. Uh-oh. He found him. So that is her address.
Don't make me bust you up, man.
Somehow I don't think you can. Oh my god, with the frickin' Walkman. Man. Oh. Uh-oh. Bye, friend and roommate.
This is Sarah. Pick up if you're there. I'm at the
Uh-oh. Okay.
Boulevard called Tech Noir. I'm really scared.
Wrong choice, but I mean, can't blame her, but
555-9175.
oh, that's sad back then in the 84 to step on someone's headphones in their Walkman. Oh.
All right, now listen, Miss Connor. Now listen carefully. You're in a public place, so you'll be safe till we get there. But stay visible.
Not.
Don't go
Well, you're fine. You're in public. It'll be fine. Don't. Yeah. Mm.
Hey, that guy didn't pay.
Yeah, I don't think your bouncers are going to be very effective against him. But call me crazy. So does he have some kind of sixth sense that tells him that it's her? I mean, well, clearly not. I suppose if he thought the roommate was her. But, like, he didn't really even see her. Oh, right on the forehead. It isn't that, I think maybe it's the jacket or, like, the outfit, or because the jacket's almost too big for him. Like, it makes him look massive. Like, it's really good, really effective, like, costuming on him, I will say.
Come with me if you want to live.
And even that didn't, like, how many shots hit? Oh, cool. Okay. That's what we're dealing with here. I mean, clearly he's some kind of machine-y thing, but It's almost like Predator in that. When did Predator come out? Did Predator come out before or after this? I'll have to see. Ah! Jesus. Bonk. Thanks for the gun and the car. I don't know that driving on the sidewalk is a really good idea. Especially when there's not that many cars on the street. I don't know that it was necessary to drive on the sidewalk.
This is 1L19, westbound and Olympic approaching Overland.
Oh, and he can do voices too? Oh, Lord. Those cars are built like tanks. It reminds me of my old 77 Impala that I used to drive.
They cannot make things like that yet.
Not yet. Not for about 40 years.
Still waiting for that.
And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
So how do you convince it that she's dead?
All units, grade 4 suspect. Vehicle found in a parking structure at 4th and Bowdry.
It would take them so long to search all of the parking ramps. There's no way.
Why does it want me?
That is a good question.
It was the machine, Sarah.
I don't understand.
It's so similar to Alien, where they're like, what's the most frightening thing in the 80s that people could think of, which is like machinery.
Trusted to run it all.
They say it got smart.
It's sentient computers, basically. Before they even really had that high powered of computers.
His name is Connor. John Connor. Your son, Sarah.
Oh. I feel like I kind of have heard that plot before. Like, not that it's stole it, like, but from this, like, just being out, you know, in the people talking about it. I like the little hook on his shoulder with the chains. And his eyes are like totally unblinking. It's kind of cool. I feel like this role might have been like perfectly constructed for Arnold Schwarzenegger because he's kind of like a stiff actor. Like, he's not like a very emotive or human even actor. Like, just give him as little dialogue as possible and let him like crash around on this on camera. Oh, that's a good plan. All right. Oh, and now the actual cops, I think, so they're not gonna do much of anything. Did he get out, or is he smart enough to like assess the situation and be like, I'll just come back later when I have a better chance?
No, they've been identified and there's no doubt. Sarah, this is Dr. Silverman. Hi, Sarah. I want you to tell him everything that Reese told you.
Ugh.
Do you feel up to that?
Yeah, I can tell that guy's going to be helpful. Okay. So he's a bit damaged. I love to, like, completely unnecessary, but he took the punk gloves. the fingerless gloves. Yeah, okay. He's just gonna do that on himself. That's very cool.
Under John Connor.
Who was the enemy again?
A computer defense system built for...
I don't think they're gonna believe you. Hi there, head on over to my Patreon to get access to exclusive content like Firefly, polls, and a growing collection of full-length reactions. And now, back to the movie.
Skynet had to wipe out his entire existence.
Is that when you captured the lab complex and found that, what is it called?
He's going to write a novel about this and make millions of dollars.
The whole place.
Well, how are you supposed to get back?
I can't.
Oh, he's stuck there. Wow. What's he going to do? I want to see this? Do it. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, Jesus. See this? Oh, my Lord. Okay, was it just like a lens over the top of this whatever machinery's in there? Ah. Oh. Okay, that is very obviously a mask, but that's okay. Not the greatest effects, but it was 1984, so, you know, that's all right. It's funny, I thought it was like, oh, it's really convenient that there's like a scalpel and stuff there, because I thought that was a random place that he went to, but it must be like an actual, like a place that he had like rented and set up in case he needed stuff. So it makes sense. And he's got a new jacket, so that makes sense.
What about when he punched through the windshield?
He was probably on PCP. Broke every bone in his...
Like an 80s obsession with PCP and angel dust. It's in, what is it? Trading Places as well. It's they talk all about PCP. I do like that they are just believing of like, cause like, come on, this guy, this is craziness, you know, because a lot of sci-fi stuff and time travel stuff, it really does like the people who help and that they're trying to convince, like, they do get convinced rather easily. So I like that they're all like, no, this is BS. This is crazy. This guy's nuts, you know, and that this is dealing with that part of it.
I'll be back.
Oh, there it is. I'm liking the new look. The more motorcycle guy versus the punk. It's pretty cool. Oh! As he drives the car right through. Well, don't just sit there. Do something. Okay, I want to read what it all says. Because what was that was... Oh, in Sherlock. There's an episode of Sherlock where the guy has glasses on and it tells him like all the information about the people that he's talking to. I think it's the His Last Vow episode. Yeah, say what you will about Arnold Schwarzenegger's acting, like he's pretty effective looking on screen, I gotta say. The dialogue, not so much, but the visuals, pretty cool. I say that's another great shot of just like flames and, you know, he knows how to frame him well in this shot.
Don't suppose you know who the father is, so I won't tell him to get lost when I meet him.
And John never said much about him.
But then, like, you know, you guys talk about like the space-time continuum. Like, if she knows, maybe she's supposed to tell him to get lost so that, you know, like, now that she knows, it might not actually happen.
You're talking about things that I haven't done yet in the past tense. It's driving me.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
They're not too bright. John talked.
I'm noticing like a lot of background humming and just like white noise. And it's kind of cool. Like it's tension building. It's, I don't know, sound wise. I wonder if this film was nominated for a sound design award or something during the Oscars, because I mean that's really the only kind of, that's what they throw to the crumbs they throw to action movies. But You can see the little green screen there. It's not quite working very well. Oh, the eyes are cool there. That's a very cool shot. the jeans tucked into the socks. I remember that. Oh, that dog's gonna warn him about the Terminator coming. Oh, the mom's at the cabin, so he's gonna get the mom. Oh, and he's literally talking as the mom. Oh, gee.
What is it?
Nitroglycerin base.
What is he making?
Stable. I learned to make it when I was a kid.
Is he making a bomb?
You must be pretty disappointed.
No.
So did she have hairspray too? How'd she get that much like height in her hair? Like that takes a lot of setting, like hairspray. And like the curl, he's so perfect.
Faded. You were young like you are now.
So do we get to see what John Connor actually looks like in this one?
I came across time for you, Sarah.
Oh, that's romantic. So I'm surprised this hasn't been remade, or maybe one of like the many like Terminator movies have like basically remade this, but I suppose James Cameron hasn't come up with any new technology in order to make it like him want to remake it. But it would be cool. Like, who could we cast as it? Like, I feel like Hugh Jackman could have, like, the Terminator could have been the Terminator, like when he's all jacked up playing Wolverine. So yeah, I was figuring that like they're gonna make love and like he's gonna end up being the dad. Oh, yep, the dog knows. Don't kill the dog. Don't you kill that dog. Let the dog bark. So is this LA? I guess I thought this was New York, but maybe this is LA. Oh, what do I know? Does he have any of the flesh left? Ooh, semi. Okay, that works. Oh, he's like caught underneath. Okay. Oh.
Get out.
Oh, he's got like this scrape marks on his face. Oh. That's cool, a face. I like that. God. I mean, you want a nice long wick, but, or fuse, I should say. Explode already. Don't look, don't be looking. He's just gonna crawl out. He's gonna keep going. I mean, once all the flesh burns off, is he going to be just fine? Like, his fire have any effect on? I'm guessing not. Don't just stand there. I don't think you're done, sweetheart. How much more time we got in there? Oh, we got a whole another 15 minutes. Don't be walking closer. Why are you walking closer?
We did it, Kyle. We got it.
Somehow I don't think so. Yeah, like, wouldn't he know that? Like this, he would know that fire isn't gonna affect it. But he doesn't have a gun anymore. That's pretty cool looking. That is very cool. It's a little bit like those, what are those dancing skeletons? But it would be cool, like, if they remade this, like, they could do it really, really well. Like, there should be some pretty cool animation or CGI stuff now that they could make it really effective. But yeah, Hugh Jackman, and who would play Kyle? That is pretty cool looking, though. Okay, so who would play? Maybe Chris Evans, although Chris Evans is really muscular. And like in an apocalyptic, you need a skinny guy. You need a skinny, wiry guy. Adam Driver could be kind of cool. Oh. Oh, are they going to smush it? So they need a machine to kill the machine? You'd think instead of doing CGI on all of it, they could have, like, clearly it's they built a practical model of it, but like that scene right there, I don't know, I feel like more like it could have been like stop motion, would have been a little bit more effective than. Hey, editing Michelle here. Clearly I don't know what I'm talking about because this actually is stop motion. What I think I mean is that they could have achieved a smoother, more realistic effect with something like an actual puppet or like an actual mechanical being that could have made the Terminator in its skeletal form look a little bit more realistic. I think there was technology there that existed in '84 to do that, because I'm not crazy about the way some of that, how jumpy that looks, and I think stop motion was not necessarily the best way to go about it. There you go. Ow, did she break her leg? Oh, the hand. I feel like the hand's gonna be like, come here, I'm coming at you. Did he get in the middle of the explosion? Oh, yikes, yeah. Ah, see, it just moved! Ah! That, you know what, I think there's an homage to that in The Walking Dead, where the zombies almost completely like cut in half, and the front half still keeps moving. Oh, and it's like a conveyor belt thing. Oh Lord. Oh. That's like Alien too, reaching out. Ah, get it. Is it some kind of crash compactor? That's cool that it's slow. I was expecting it to be fast and like just like pancake it, but it's like slow. Yeah. It's funny that like the mechanics of it, and like even as metal, it's like it's just as creepy as the alien. Like it's totally like it's just as scary. Which you wouldn't think it. We wouldn't really think that. Like, oh, like this machine could be just as scary as this alien thing. Because the alien had like stuff goo like kind of dripping off of it. It was very wet, and Is that the end? Oh, you're getting an epilogue. Okay, good.
More for me at this point, just so that I can get it.
She brought a dog with her.
If you don't send Kyle, you could never be. God, a person could go crazy thinking about this.
Yeah, that's the whole that's kind of crazy. But I subscribe to the Outlander thing. It's like you can change certain small things, but like the grand scheme of things, it's not possible to change. But they sure do try in Outlander.
And he's ashamed to ask you for $5 American for this picture. What if he...
5? That's a lot, yeah.
4. Sí. Gracias.
That's the picture. There you go. Cute. I like that. Good glasses, though. I like those. Is that like literally a painted backdrop? It doesn't look like quite a real thing. That was awesome. I like that. Acknowledgement to the works of Harlan Ellison. Who you guys will have to tell me who that is. I feel like back in 1984, seeing Terminator with like no advanced knowledge about it, this movie would have blown people's minds. That was pretty cool. And I think it holds up. There are a few plot holes that could have been massaged a bit to make more sense. But the rest of the film is done well enough that you're willing to just kind of go with it. I love that it's a rather simple story and that the writers didn't feel the need to have a ton of exposition or complicated add-on details and side stories and all of that in order to make things more dramatic. They tell you just enough to make it somewhat make sense and get you involved in what's happening. And they mete it out over the course of the film pretty well. And the relationship between Kyle and Sarah works well, and it builds well. I wouldn't say it's one of the greatest love stories ever written, but it makes sense that these two people, like caught in this circumstance, would be attracted to each other and turn to each other for comfort and all of that. Never has a role been more perfectly suited to a particular actor, though, than the Terminator was for Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is a rather stiff, kind of unemotional performer, and he really works as like a scary, unstoppable robot here, I think. I was reading Wikipedia that he only has 17 lines in the film. It's like fewer than 100 words, which honestly is probably best. I mean, but at the same time, you know, he has some of the most classic and most often quoted lines in film history. Like, because he can carry off lines like that. He somehow can like make them not ridiculous. He just makes them work really well. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't think there's any chance that I've seen Terminator before. There are some pretty effective visuals and camera angles and stuff I'm sure that would have stuck in my head. So I'm glad to have experienced it here with you guys the first time. As far as how it compares to other James Cameron movies, of the ones I've seen, this one is by far the best. Probably because it has the most action, but I think also because it has the least amount of dialogue. I'm definitely sensing a pattern here, though, because like the parts of Titanic and Avatar that I hate the most, that are like the most ridiculous and the most eye-rolling, this is the dialogue. So I'm just going to say it flat out. James Cameron is bad at dialogue. Yeah. Even in this movie, the dialogue is pretty lame. It's just that there's so little of it and that it doesn't stand out that much. And that the movie is 40 years old, so that helps. But the effects and like the pacing and the fights and all that kind of overwhelm everything else to its benefit, I think. I think my favorite was seeing like the mechanics inside the Terminator a little bit, and then like you see like a few of like the mechanics in the face, and then like you finally get to see this entire endoskeleton something inside once that flesh burns off, and that was a very cool kind of progression of understanding what this being was. I really like that. But yeah, overall, Terminator, super fun movie. It's a very tense and tightly constructed story that builds tension effectively towards what I thought was an immensely satisfying ending. That was a blast. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe, do all the things. Check out my Patreon for exclusive content and click here to watch another of my reactions. You guys are awesome. I love sharing movies with you, good and bad. In this case, good. Yay! Thanks for watching with me.